What's up, Internet? Welcome back to Nerd Alert. I'm Brandon with Jimmy, James, and Chase. And this is our first book or movie club review. So the beginning of January, we decided to start this where we'll pick one movie a month, invite you guys to watch it, and then just kind of discuss it like a book club, but with movies. And we started with 12 Monkeys by Terry Gilliam. Was this anybody's first watch? I think it was James's first watch, right? Now, James, I want to give you time at the end to go into your rant of what I assume will be for the time travel, but let's talk the movie first, and then I want to give you an allotted time to just get it out, because I was watching it and thinking like I want you to know, they were like anytime they did the time travel scene, I literally was like, James is gonna have something to say about this. So I want to give you that time respectfully, but let's talk about it first. What did you think on your first? Okay. What did James think about it on the first time?
I don't know if I've seen, from memory, I can't remember if I've seen any other Terry Gilliam movies, but he is absolutely one of my new favorite directors because his style is just, I'm going to throw shit at you and you'd better be paying attention because otherwise you're going to miss stuff. I really enjoyed how the craziness Gilliam wanted to bring to this makes it a crackpot insane film, but it's not unfollowable. It's actually a lot more concise and clear than a lot of time travel and science fiction stories, which was really nice. I have never in my life seen, why am I blanking on his name? Bruce Willis. That's his name, right?
Ever? Yeah, no, that's his name.
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
Okay. Check him out, dude. He's made some good movies.
I know, right? He was that John McClane guy. I have never seen Bruce Willis act as well as he did in this, which blew me out of the water. And then Brad Pitt was fucking hilarious as, crazy guy. And the actress, God, I feel awful for forgetting her name too.
Stowe.
Thank you. She was amazing too. Her descent into madness was just brilliant acting all around.
I didn't realize till the end of the movie that I was like, oh shit, she was just in Welcome to Derry.
She has been like my underrated crush for a long time. I think she's a great actress. I think she's a beautiful actress. I love seeing her in whatever she's doing. She just adds to it. She's fantastic.
Yeah,
another goofy 90s one with Kurt Russell and Ray Liotta called Unlawful Entry, which was a great psychological thriller.
I will add that because I love Kurt Russell so much. But this is, I picked this because I was kind of in the mood to watch some Terry Gilliam movies again. So this will like jump into that. And it was funny when I mentioned it the first time, and then Jimmy was like, oh my God, Time Bandits. Oh yeah, Baron Munchausen. Oh yeah, and I was like, damn, I wasn't even thinking of those. Like I wanted to rewatch Brazil and a few others, and then I was like, actually no, those are all fucking great. So I'm gonna spend all my time watching those now.
I don't know of a director who is so accomplished and well known, but has such a difficult time getting his films made. And to me, it's because his one film, Baron Munchausen, was way over budget and way over time. Other than that, like, he has made solid films on a low budget that have been successful, but for some reason he has a difficult time making films. And then obviously it doesn't help with like Dr. Parnassus or the Don Quixote. He just has bad luck, man.
I not to go off on another one of his movies, but I thought the way he kind of saved Dr. Parnassus was really well done. But yeah, that was also bad timing. Like
actors that jumped in to be like, yeah, we would like to do this in memory of Heath Ledger and carry this character along.
Yeah. Chase, what were your thoughts? This wasn't your first viewing, first time in a while?
It was only the second, and I hadn't seen it in probably 20 years.
Yeah.
I remember not liking it very much when I was younger.
When Brandon mentioned this, you seemed a little reticent that like, oh, I gotta watch this. Did your
I
opinion
was
change?
basing it on an opinion from when I didn't like movies that I don't want to say made me think because it makes me sound stupid, but
No, dude, that's fine. Listen,
but
I've rewatched
it required like I like movies now that I have to research and I look up theory. I enjoy that now. I didn't
Yeah.
then. This was the kind of movie that demands it, you know. And I really liked it this time. I really, really liked it. It was very intriguing. It kind of melts your brain. It's kind
it's
of
interesting.
frustrating in its ambiguity, but it's done on purpose, which I can
Yeah.
appreciate. And yeah, I mean, I really liked it.
It's interesting to me on the rewatch of like kind of like it's been a while since I saw it and I did like it, but I think, you know, when you go that long without watching something, you gain some new stuff. And I laughed out loud again because I kind of forgot that it's like, oh yeah, like the 12 Monkeys is created by them worrying about the 12 Monkeys being a thing, but then there's like there's another threat going on the whole time. And it's just I always like when movies don't always have like a Disney ending, like the way this one ends, and she realizes who she's looking at, and then you realize finally like what he saw and who that. It's just I thought that was really well done, and it kind of added like another layer to the time travel thing to me.
What I really liked about the time travel aspect was so often you hear about what normally happens, and then the movie you're watching is when it gets screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this one, you're just getting a glimpse into what it looks like. It's carrying on as it always does. They're in that loop. He's gonna go to the airport. He's gonna try to shoot the guy. He's gonna witness himself getting shot, and it's just gonna carry on over and over again. He can't change it.
Yep.
What I found fascinating watching it this time is Bruce Willis's character caused all of it.
Uh-huh.
And I never really noticed it until this time because Christopher Plummer's character, which by the way, holy shit, Christopher Plummer, what are you doing in this movie? That's amazing. He changes the security protocols right with Davis Morse, the redhead ponytail dude. And I inferred that he gave the security clearance then to him. So he took himself out of the loop. He literally says that. And the reason why, because his son, Jeffrey Goins, who was Brad Pitt, was causing all this problem. So the only reason the virus got out of the lab was because they changed the protocol and gave the redheaded ponytail guy the ability to take the virus out of the lab. And all that happened was because Bruce Willis's character went back in time, 1990 and then 96. It's like, wow. So the future caused all the problems in the present.
Yeah, I think the first thing I said after I watched it, and then I called my dad to talk about it briefly, was these scientists are dog shit. They are like the worst people who could have survived the infection killing everyone, because
that's what happens when 1% of scientists survive. We get the idiots.
Yes, I get the whole point that it's like you can't change the past. You just have to gather information. But the fact that they didn't, figure out that maybe they were doing it the wrong way the entire time is pretty impressive, considering how many people they were sending back into the past. Because we see Jose, and then we know they send more people back. So the sheer concentration of people they have sent back in time, you'd think they'd figure out maybe they're not doing something right.
Well, I love how it's not entirely accurate. It's like, okay. So he ends up in World War I, and I love how that just seems like a random thing. But then the callback with Madeleine Stowe's character looking through her research notes and be like, oh my God, there he is. And you're like, this is awesome. I love how that just tied in.
Yeah. It was cool that how like everything that they did, although like it was the story is accidental with the things like that, all played into everything hitting at the end.
Yeah,
like everybody, even like you said, even the World War I, or like throwing him too early into the 90s, and then having everything actually be an important part of why they all end up in that airport at the same time. It's really, that was rewatching this. I kind of forgot how well done that story is in this movie, which was really cool to see.
Isn't there a point when she's looking at the outside of the building and she's wondering when the writing will be put up there? Who's going to spray paint it?
And
so
then
she goes and does it as almost as sort of do it herself without realizing she was the one that was going to do it the entire time. Didn't that happen, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was a slide that Bruce saw in the future. This is the home of the 12 monkeys or whatever, and she was the one that ended up writing it. She didn't know she was going to write it, but she's the one that ended up writing it. And he was like, "Oh, I've seen that somewhere before." And it was he saw her. He saw what she had done, but had no idea that she was the one that was going to do it.
Same with
I thought she had seen a picture.
I don't think she saw a picture, because where would the picture come from? Because it was all in his head.
Fucked up, man. I don't know what to
I can't argue with that.
I don't know, dude.
But I also love Willis's memory, like when he's in the airport as a kid and he saw Brad Pitt running by with the ponytail and the red hair. And then the whole time Madeleine Stowe's like, well, the only reason why you put me in your dream is because now you know me. It's like, no, I think it was always you. And you're like, yeah, how many times do you have a dream? You're like, can't quite remember exactly, but I have an idea. And then it feels like it becomes more solidified, but it probably isn't as accurate as like when you first woke up.
Yeah, I thought like that's the fun thing about it, is that it can be complicated, but it all tracks when you like follow the line with it, like, which I really like enjoyed with that. Something else I realized too, like wanting to rewatch some Terry Gilliam films, you see some of it in Brazil, but I really like sci-fi Terry Gilliam design, because fantasy Terry Gilliam is outstanding, but you forget that he does a really good job with like the design and everything of his sci-fi movies as well, like the ball that comes up with all the TVs on it and stuff. I also just love that like all of that's practical. Like it just looked cool to see, and remember that like so much effort used to be put into things, like physical effort.
I like that aspect of it, because it's so dark and dystopian, but it has this sort of almost fairy tale like aesthetic to it. The cinematography with the weird angles and everything. So it's like this really fucked up, fairy tale. The way, with those TVs are so weird, and the way the ladies always stand behind that magnifying glass, and it's making her eyes look weird, and it's very almost like he's experiencing it from when he was a child still, almost. There's this, it's just a very off-kilter way of approaching everything, which is very Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
And going back to his bad luck, he was only given $29.5 million to film this. Yes, it sounds like a lot, and in '95 it obviously went further than it would now. But the budget was cut pretty hardcore because Waterworld was such a failure that they didn't want to take too many risks. So poor Terry Gilliam, who has this kick-ass script that has time travel, is given a very low budget for sci-fi, and he made it work. Like all those practical effects, all the just camera angles and tricks made it work perfect. It was quite beautiful.
Yeah, and I just want to add to the commentary about kind of like the fairy tale aesthetic. The set design is very manic in the future. It really looks like everything was just cobbled together last minute, taken from whatever the hell they could find as they escaped underneath. And there's like, I vividly remember, of all things, when he's in the hospital bed in the future, they have just like a classical Renaissance painting or something. And it's just like, why do you have that? Why is that there? You just have that? And it's like, there's those little details of the set design that's like, oh, they're in steel cages. But then there's also like highly advanced scientific equipment and paintings, and then whatever the hell else they could find in like Warner Brothers prop closet.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. No, I've always loved his design.
Did any of you do any research on this?
What do you mean?
Say it again.
Like just what theories there are and everything. There's so many.
No, I actually have not looked into a lot of the theories of the movie.
Well, let me tell you, Chase, I'm old.
Well, we talked.
So I saw it in theaters, which I'm pretty sure none of you were able to do. And then in a weird twist, first year of film school, we're watching this movie. French. You can tell how excited I was.
Jetée.
And it was only 30 minutes.
Oh boy.
And it was called, and it was turned out to be the inspiration to 12 Monkeys. I'm sitting there watching going, dude, this is weird. It's really similar, just the airport, because that's all it really focuses on. That's really weird. This really seems like, and then to do, because, sorry, folks, we really didn't have the internet hopping back then, so you couldn't just look it up, what inspired 12 Monkeys. But then to see it, and our instructor was like, yeah, this is what inspired 12 Monkeys by Chris Marker. And it was just a fascinating tale. And basically it tells a little boy seeing a death and realizing that was him, or we as an audience realized that was him, and it was flashbacks and all this dream sequences and all that. So that's the part that survived. And to take that little nugget of an idea and expand it to what 12 Monkeys became is crazy to me.
Did anyone catch the all I see are dead people line?
Yes. Because it reminded me of with Linda Hamilton's character. It's like, you're all dead. It's like, that's kind of what he sees. He's like, he doesn't care if he kills people there because they're already dead to him.
But you know it was Willis that said it.
Yes, I get it. Because I also have seen M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong's movie. Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong.
Well, we were talking about how, the idea is that the time can't be changed, nothing can be altered. But I was looking up theories, and this sentence kind of put it into a different perspective that I liked. It says, the past cannot be changed. Attempts to change it are part of what makes it occur.
Mm-hmm.
So the very act of trying to change it keeps it the same.
H.G. Wells used that really well in The Time Machine, and that I can't remember the main character's name, but his wife dies, or his fiance dies, and he does everything he can to go back and try and prevent it, and nothing he does can prevent it. It's predestined. He cannot change it, and that's where, in totally different space, he just goes way into the future. But yeah, that is a huge theory, is no matter what you do, it's still going to happen. But that's what this, Brandon mentioned, not a Disney ending. The scientist is on the plane sitting right next to Mr. Redhead Ponytail. It's like, oh, we will have a happy ending. Now they know exactly what happened, so they'll be able to fix it.
She's an insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
The astrophysicist at insurance. That sounds like a horrible idea.
We talked about Brad Pitt's performance, and this might, and I know this is an age thing. Prior to this, it was like A River Runs Through It. He did, Thelma and Louise. Just not safe movies, but he was the good-looking dude. Now he does this movie, and it's like, dude's insane. I love it. Like, his eyes all like crazy, and he's got the twitch, and he's like, to me, he nailed it. And it's like the first performance that really had him stand out is, I'm not just this pretty boy teen idol. I'm like fucking real actor. And to go back,
the government is already eating your balls.
Because he got
I almost feel like
an award nomination for Best Supporting Actors, but he didn't win until Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is obviously a long way down the road.
Which is crazy, because I do think that, like, because of who he is and his like level of celebrity, there are times you forget that, like, he is a phenomenal actor. Like, yeah, he's the handsome heartthrob guy, but then it's like he has movies like this, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where it's like he's really good. Like, he's such a good actor. And same with Bruce Willis. Like, I love Bruce Willis, but this was one of those movies that I'm like, I don't think this comes up enough when you mention Bruce Willis as an actor. And like James said, I remember the first time I saw it, and even this time, I was like, dude, he really has like so much more range than I think he's typically given credit for. Like, both of them just did an incredible job in this movie together.
And that's a crazy coincidence. Again, just doing a little backstory on the movie. Terry Gilliam met Bruce Willis when he was casting for The Fisher King.
Oh.
And he wasn't a fit. It was Jeff Bridges' character. But he really liked him. So when this came up, which Terry Gilliam did not write this, which is odd for him. He usually writes his own stuff.
Yeah.
So he first thought of Bruce Willis, and it's like, that's awesome. I can't imagine. It's one of those roles. I can't imagine anybody else doing it.
James, if you ever want to cry your eyes out, watch Fisher King. I mean, it's a happy cry, but God, that movie is.
It's a happy cry. Is it?
At the end, by the end of the movie,
the same kind of happy cry as Eternal Sunshine?
No. I will watch
Fisher
King several times over. I don't like watching Eternal Sunshine over and over again.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, Fisher King's another solid one from it. As you were saying, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Can we talk about who wrote the screenplay?
Yeah.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
Let's talk about who wrote the screenplay.
Husband and wife. Oh, I can't remember their names.
David and Janet Peoples?
Yeah.
What else did he write?
David Peoples?
What you got?
He wrote Blade Runner.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Oh, they finally got a good dystopian movie. That's cool. Took them a while, huh?
Oh my God.
I highlighted it, that specifically one.
Wow, I didn't know they wrote Unforgiven too. Not the sequel, I'm sorry, just the original, Unforgiven.
What do you mean? Actually, if you want to say, oh wait, hold on. Where's it at? Took them a while. What year did that come out?
What, Blade Runner?
Oh, it only took him. It only if you didn't like Blade Runner, it only took him
a bunch of notes.
13 years.
Yeah,
I was taking notes.
Those are
AI is amazing, Chase. Way to go.
Those are better notes I take than in my classes.
So we have discussed a fair amount of it. I want to give James time to discuss his theory or his thought on the time travel in this movie. Look at Chase preparing.
All right, I'll keep it simple. I've got my quantum physics book right up there ready to go. I really appreciated the time travel because as much as I love Back to the Future, my only real problem with it is that the type of time travel they have in it contradicts itself. But it's so understated in Back to the Future that it really doesn't matter unless you're actively nitpicking it. Movies like this, where the time travel is, a lot more pivotal to why things are happening, and not just in the, he's going back to the past. Oops. It's, no, we're sending him back to the past to not fix what happened, get information to fix the present. So there's a lot more that hinges on why the time travel is important and why it works the way it does. So to see the writers and then, Terry Gilliam as the director adhere so strictly to the idea that going into the past does not change the future and therefore produces said future is very interesting. And it implies that effectively, if nobody had ever been sent to the past, half the shit that happened wouldn't have happened. But for any of the shit to have happened, people would have had to have been sent into the past. So it's almost like fate. You can't change the past because the past was already decided and the past already decided the future. So this time loop always existed and will always exist. Bruce Willis.
Hence, who is John Connor's father the first time?
It's Kyle Reese. It's Kyle Reese.
What, like 13-year-old Kyle Reese? That's gross.
No!
That's gross, dude.
I hate you.
It's
a loop-de-loop. But it was really nice to see just how strictly Terry Gilliam and the Peoples adhered to, time travel in a strict, you always went back in time, therefore this future always came about from these events. And then all the fun ways they can throw stuff in, like the recording on the phone with the message that the woman left. And then because Bruce Willis heard it before he knew she recorded the message, they had no idea, therefore creating that problem. And then you had the photo of her graffiti, and then you have all the locations the virus broke out. It was really nice to see, again, strict adherence to that idea that it's a loop. You always went back in time. You always produced the future that came of it. Therefore, actually, really, it isn't the scientist's fault. It's nobody's fault, really. They couldn't change it. They couldn't change the future because they had always sent themselves back into the past. So nobody could have changed anything. This was just an inevitable thing that happened.
Humanity sucks.
Yeah, that too.
Sadly, it's not terribly different than some of the theories on COVID as far as where did the virus come from. Oh, it was man-made lab, and that's what David Morse's character is saying, is like, we shouldn't be here. It's overpopulated. We're destroying the planet. Here, let me open this and let me open this. Yeah. It doesn't smell. Yeah.
You know what I did enjoy about that too, though, is that like he's in the movie, but he's not really integral. Like you don't think he's really anything until towards the end. Like when you said when they change the codes and he does it in front of him and things like that, you're just thinking like it's just part of the story. And it's exactly how they see it in the future. They're like the 12 Monkeys did this. It was a group, it was a terrorist group, it was this, that. And then it turns out like, no, that wasn't it. He's right there the whole time. Like I thought that was well done on both sides of like telling the audience the story, but having that be what it is at the end. Like all of a sudden it's like, oh, this guy's been here since the beginning of the film, really not doing anything of consequence. He's just in the right place at the right time to facilitate what he wants to do at the end. I thought that was really well done.
I think his casting was perfect too, because he was sort of in everything during the 90s as sort of just the random henchman. Like, I mean, he was a little more prominent than that, but he popped up a lot. So seeing him just randomly there, it didn't raise any red flags. It wasn't some big name that you would remember.
Are you talking about the ponytail?
Yeah.
David?
Yeah, ponytail.
He's from St. Elsewhere a long time ago. He was in World War Z as the dude who's pulling his teeth out because of
what's his name?
David Morse.
Oh my God, he was in World War Z.
I know. I hate being right so frequently.
So,
well, that's funny though, because that's another what? That's another.
He was also in contact with Jodie Foster as her dad. I know.
Oh my God,
bombs on you, James.
So I saw part of a theory about the whole. It's a loop, and it says that James Cole is the catalyst of the virus. And it says the reasoning in this one specific theory is that it's because he inspires a psychiatrist to write a book about what's called the Cassandra complex. And then the ponytail guy.
Do you know who Cassandra is in Greek mythology?
Is it a god?
Cassandra's an awesome character. She can see the future, but when she repeats what she sees, nobody believes her. So she prognosticates what is going to happen. Nobody believes her, so it still happens.
But then the guy reads in this theory, ponytail guy reads it, and that's what inspires him. I don't know if I buy that one, but I just thought it was an interesting take.
Well, it goes also to Cole is going back, and originally I think it was 1990 when he's with Brad Pitt in the 92. Brad Pitt in the psychiatric ward, who puts these theories into his brain as far as the 12 Monkeys and whatever. That then in 96, he's already got it going in his path, which freaks out his dad. So yeah, it's definitely both parts now. You could attribute to James Cole in that he set off the events that would change the security to allow the virus to get out. And because he was talking to with his doctor and the virus and all that, she writes a book, which then inspires David Morse's character to take all the viruses out into the world. So it's like, yeah, we go, James.
I'd add another layer that then therefore the spread of the virus then forces humanity down underground, which then forces them to create time travel, which then produces that effect of sending people back, which then ends up with James Cole being sent back in time to cause the whole loop over again. So it's inevitable. You can't avoid the loop.
And that's how Kyle Reese is John Connor's father.
Yes. It's a loop.
But if you'll notice in Avengers Endgame, when they're like, well, this is time travel according to movies.
Avengers Endgame doesn't get credit because it denies the possibility of alternate time travel.
All right, you went to the wrong conclusion there. This actually has time travel down more, so they don't use it as a bad example of time travel because it actually makes sense with time travel versus like Back to the Future, where you change things and it affects your future, present, past.
But
it's
then
like, no, full effect.
But then there are also things in Back to the Future that always happened because Marty always went back in time, and it's that weird.
What we need to point out is that Kevin Feige needs to give Terry Gilliam more credit in Marvel films. They need to reference Terry Gilliam than they currently do.
Why don't they just bring on Terry Gilliam to make a Marvel movie?
I would love that. That'd be crazy.
I would love that.
Okay, hear me out. Terry Gilliam does a Moon Knight film.
If I do DC, I'd like to see him do like Plastic Man.
That would be so fun. Good.
Ozymandias.
I know.
Tackle
it. I want to bring it.
Well, he tried to do a Watchmen series back in the day. He did try to do a Watchmen series that was shot down.
He's just always ahead of his time, I think.
Always, forever.
Yeah.
So did anybody? Let me give him a shout out to Christopher Meloni, who had hair.
Oh man, I actually out loud when I went, oh, Christopher Meloni.
Holy shit, I forgot he was in this. And then I went back and tried to find it. I couldn't find it. Donald Faison. He is somewhere in the psychiatric ward.
I saw him in the background, and it was like, wait a minute.
I couldn't say for certain, but
I think he has like a line, or he's on camera for a second. But I was like, oh shit, Donald Faison. I yelled out, Eagle.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the scene? And maybe I missed something, but it feels kind of stupid. Is when I forget his character name, but the ponytail guy, when he's taking the suitcase through security, they literally make him open it.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they do that? That's so stupid.
Because they're not microbiology experts.
Unless I missed something.
Honestly, too, like even the guns in the airport, like this is pre 9/11 airports. Like shit was way more lax. It was just kind of like,
but he literally has paperwork saying it's a deadly virus, right?
Yeah, but they don't know that. Like he didn't promote that it was a deadly virus. Even when he's opening
paperwork on it, that it was.
I've got all the paperwork.
Well, I don't want to be that guy, but immunology also really, I mean, yes, we were very advanced in the 90s, but even then, people, you could have waved it in front of someone and they would have been like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's not going to kill me, right? And they would have believed you if you said no. Because I mean, he
didn't even have to take his shoes off. Come on, man.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The documentation also didn't specify if it was harmful to humans or not. So it could be a deadly virus.
I have to take it as a win that after the entire movie, we're just nitpicking the security checkpoint at the airport. So to me, that means that like it was a pretty solid movie that we're just nitpicking the competency of TSA in the 90s.
We're not worried about the time travel. We're not worried about if James Cole is a reliable narrator. We're worried about airport security in 96.
This is why they have to remove their shoes today.
But I think that moment.
Go, Jason.
I think that moment sort of speaks to what I was talking about, the whole fairy tale aspect. Like when he's showing the security, what's inside the suitcase. It's very Disney villain almost. Like, look, you have nothing to worry about. It's just a poison apple, it won't hurt you.
Yeah.
Won't you shake it?
When in reality, he's killing everyone.
He's like, rub it on your gums.
Yeah.
just get it right in there.
Yeah, come on, just give it a little taste.
But that's one thing I love about Terry Gilliam is his just
stick it in your nose and go.
Attention to details that develops characters, and it's the little boy in the well.
Mm-hmm.
And Bruce Willis is totally not interested in the story at all because he knows the outcome, and he's like, whatever. But it's gripped the nation. He's like, whatever. Put the music back on. I don't care. And then when he says they just find him in a barn the next day, it's embarrassing. And when it pays off, and that's really the moment that Madeleine Stowe's character is like, I might be in trouble here because, like, I think she even calls the other doctor, crisis of faith, that I believe him now. He is from the future. Yeah. This is fucking insane. And then as an audience, we already know what's going on for that part. But we now become more and more invested because she's more invested. And it's like, how the fuck are you going to get out of this? Like, we have no idea at that point. So that when you get to the hospital, when you get to the airport and you start seeing the images that you saw from his dreams, you're like, oh shit. And he's like, this is how I remember you with the blonde hair. And you're like, this is not going to end good. This is Rogue One all over. And you're like, fuck.
And sorry, Chase.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
What I really loved is that in the second half of the film, it then twists on its head. Instead of he's not crazy, he's the time traveler, it then becomes, wait, is everyone in this film crazy? Is there time travel? What the fuck is going on? And I love that inversion, that it really makes you, the audience, wonder, is anyone actually time traveling in this? Or is Bruce Willis' character insane and he's bringing everyone down with him?
Well, that's part of it too, is like when there's almost like an ending to the movie 15 minutes before it ends, because they're like, dude, all they were doing was releasing animals from the zoo. Like, look at this. We worried about nothing. Everything's okay. Let's go to the airport. And then when they get there, it's like Bruce Willis is like, no. I remember this. Like,
and what a kick in the nuts that they think they're in the clear. Like, they can go and live this vacation life that they were talking about and just get away. He's not going to have to go back to the future, so to speak. All's happy until Jose shows up again, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
Nope, it's still very much happening.
Why'd you pull your tooth out, man?
Yeah,
you were free and clear. It's like, wow,
yeah,
dude,
so good.
In the part when he's locked up in the room and then he disappears from the shackles and they don't know how he got out. But then he comes back in their perspective, like what, 3 or 4 years later, right, or something like that. Does she become as obsessed with him in this whole thing if he doesn't disappear? Because like it's almost like him disappearing allowed her time to do all the research for her book and become obsessed with that subject matter.
Well, I
think that's fair.
Are you saying he's there and she's still like treating him? Because then it's a completely different movie. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like if he doesn't disappear, does she become as obsessed with it?
Well, that's what I mean. I think because he disappeared, it's such a holy shit thing that how could you not be?
Yeah.
Versus if he's there, then she's just treating him and he's just one of the other.
And then it goes even from being obsessed with that subject to she falls in love with him.
Yeah.
Does that happen if he disappears or doesn't disappear?
Well, I mean, he is Bruce Willis, and I think everybody's gonna fall in love with Bruce Willis.
I also think part of that's got to be Stockholm syndrome, because I don't know, she does get detained and forced into a lot of things pretty early in the film. So,
but that's a good example of her timeline is linear. That's all she knows. His is not at all.
No.
So he's referencing different time periods and all that. She's like, that cannot be. That's the future. And he's like, that's not the future. That's the past. And they're both in the past for him.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that she's trying to wrap her brain around these things that why would they make sense? There's no way in modern society, no matter what modern society, that you're like, oh yeah, time can exist in a flat circle when that's not what we know or are taught.
Yeah, and I'd also add that I think him disappearing is the final nail in the coffin. That's like, okay, now I'm morbidly curious, because when she's talking about her book at the lecture, she references when Jose showed up in 19 whatever, and is like, hey, French soldiers, you guys get hit by a virus in a couple hundred, well, in effectively 100 years, less than. And then you have Bruce Willis' character in the background, butt naked, like, Jose, no. And so that's kind of where it starts unintentionally. And then it cascades more and more. And so I think Bruce Willis disappearing from the psych ward, ending up back in, well, his present, their future, is the last nail in the coffin, that it's like, something is very wrong, but I don't have enough information to know, so I'm going to start investigating. And thus that's where she formulates the Cassandra effect, because there's these multiple instances in history where someone is like, virus, and thus it's effectively everyone from the future they're sending back. So by no fault of her own, she gets roped into this shit. That sucks.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Can we talk for a minute about Jimmy's inappropriate laughter?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And they check into the hotel, and there are several instances. She's not a babe. She's my doctor. As she walks in the room, and it's like $20. Well, what do you want it for? By the day? It's by the hour. And like, that's hilarious. And then when he's beating the shit out of that pimp, and she's trying to get his attention, and the look on his face, he's like,
yeah.
Lost. And I'm like, this is hilarious. And he's just like, what? Again, Bruce Willis, amazing actor, underrated if you can say that, but his attention to being insane was awesome, even though he wasn't insane.
Oh, I love it when he pulls out his teeth and he's like, it's like,
yeah, like for you.
Oh, that reminds when the cops show up, he's like, yeah, and the dentist over there.
So good.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it was a positive watch. What were you gonna say, Chase?
Well, I'm curious with the whole time loop, and you can't change any of it. Is it nothing can be changed, or is there what you would consider a pivotal moment, and everything leading up to it can be different, but it all leads to?
I would say that entirely depends upon the franchise you're watching.
Yeah.
Does he have to go back to World War I? You know what I mean?
Well, I think in this one specifically, the scientists from the future set it up. They are not trying to change the past. They're trying to reclaim the above ground. Mm-hmm. And in order to do that, they need to find the virus. So when the insurance person lady shows up at the very end, she's not going to change the past. That's not what she's doing. She's trying to figure out how they can take back so they're not in the sewers and the underground anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that's the case in this. It's no matter what they do in the past, it's always going to turn out the same.
Yeah.
But does it have to be exactly the same leading up to that?
I think that with 12 Monkeys specifically, that's the case, because it's shown that everything that happens in the past leads to a consequence in the future that we see beforehand in the future, and then we see its consequence after the fact in the past. So everything that happens in the past was an inevitable moment that could not be changed in any capacity. Unlike, say, something like Terminator, which with the anime that they released a little while back, perfectly reconciles the series, where in that one, it's like one time loop, it's a perfect loop. But the more you keep going back and changing the past, the more the timeline alters inevitably and becomes different things at different places. So I think with Terry Gilliam's thing, because it's only one time loop, the interpretation he wants you to take away from time travel is that nothing changes. Bruce Willis' character always goes into the past and always produces these effects. There's nothing that changes.
That's what I was going to say, is that he is the reason they happen. It's not as much that you can't change it. What he's actively doing is causing it. He's not changing it. He's contributing.
But can he change what he's doing to cause it?
No,
because I don't think he's aware of it.
Like with Jimmy, he brought up the time machine. He tries to save his wife over and over again, and she keeps dying, but she dies in different ways. Can that happen in this scenario?
I think so. It just depends on the second time Cole goes back. What are the circumstances? Does he not meet Jeffrey or something? Do they actually hit it and he gets right to 96? I still think those events have to happen. That's just the way this.
There's key points like A, B, C, but the in between from A to B is different. Can that be different, or does it have to be exactly the same?
I think this time is what we're seeing this time. Pretend we were going to watch 12 Monkeys in a year, but it was a different version. The same events would happen, but not necessarily in this order. We would still have the virus released. The future would still suck. But maybe Cole doesn't go back to 90 in the first time and doesn't go back to World War I at any point. But the events still happen because of whatever. They're predestined. There's no way you can change it.
I'd also like to add that I'm going to be the scientist. We don't have enough data to give a definite answer, because what's implied is that this is inevitable. Nothing can change it. But there's also the implication that the attempts, well, no, because the line, any attempt to change the past produces what will happen, implies that no matter who's sent back in time, this inevitably leads to something. So no matter who they send back, they're going to inevitably lead to something that happens. So, I mean, I guess it's up to what you wish to interpret that as. And so it's not a matter of, is there a definite answer? It's whether you wish to interpret it as them going back into the past. They can cause different things, but it leads to the same outcome, or no matter what they do, it's one outcome. I think that's down to interpretation at that point.
Are they destined to always send Bruce Willis specifically back?
That's what I see it as.
Yeah.
They said,
if they can somehow learn
that's one of the things they show in the beginning when they put him up top. He's one of the few that could actually survive it. And then when he came back from the past, he wasn't all scrambled in the head. He survived it. So yeah, he's like only the strong survive. He's the one that can do that. So yes, I think it's always going to be him that gets sent back. Obviously, Jose is another one, but whatever.
That implies that there's other people that can survive it. Let's say,
Jose,
can they learn that Bruce Willis will eventually possibly cause it, so they don't send him back? They send someone else. Well,
maybe that's why maybe the science.
Will that someone cause it inevitably?
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe the scientists already know that, and that's why they choose him to go to Philadelphia Airport.
Because there's if we follow theory that point that they are nefarious. They're doing this for control, ultimate control, the scientists. So could they possibly know that he is ultimately going to cause it, so that's why they send him back?
No, there's no way they could have known.
I think they're still too in it at that moment. Like they're still trying to figure it out. And by the time you figure it out, he's already dead and he's not coming back. So it's over.
When you follow the course of events in Bruce Willis present, they send him back because they don't have enough information to know what's going on. If time is a linear with a loop, at the time Bruce Willis goes back, let's assume that future does not continue going on until he gets back there. When he gets back there, they would have collected the information he gives them, therefore putting things together. So the recording that they get from 1996 that he has no idea about until later in the film, they know as much as he does, if not slightly more. But they could have never known Bruce Willis was the cause until we know Bruce Willis was the cause. Because
so there's just always destined to send him.
But that information dies with him. He doesn't go back after that.
No, but they have people monitoring him. Like when Jose's in the airport, Jose's like, "No, it was you, man." The scientists only figured that out.
Oh yeah.
The scientists only figured that out after the fact. They didn't know that beforehand. They put those pieces together after Bruce Willis went back the second time.
And maybe to dumb it down for myself a little bit, almost like the Marvel anchor beings, they're anchor events where these things are going to happen.
Yeah.
Regardless of what else is going on. It just so happens that this is James Cole's story, so that's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
So they have no means of ever discovering ahead of time that I guess Bruce Willis is a major cause of it. There's no way they can learn that first.
But even if they do know that, it doesn't matter because they're not trying to change the past. They're trying to change their present. So even if they know that, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I guess it's a really depressing form of time travel when you think about it.
No, it is. It really is.
Oh no, our own problems.
What? I mean, you have people who come back, or we have people in society currently who are like, I'm from the future, I'm Jesus, whatever. And they're immediately considered insane and they're treated as such. What if they are? I mean, we're seeing that aspect of it from James Cole's point of view. He's clearly not insane. He's telling the truth. But why in God's name would you believe him? Because it's so crazy.
Well, not to mention he almost killed like what 5 officers. So
because they disrespect, dude.
But still, if you manage to subdue
on John McClane,
if you manage to do that as one dude who's butt naked, like, come on.
He was butt naked in Color of Night.
Yeah, dude.
Beat up.
Be butt naked in a few movies.
I'm just amazed he did okay with a bullet in his leg from, World War I.
World War One.
you think he would have died of something, given
infection
just
or something like
how
that.
bad healthcare was.
Yeah,
it didn't go in that deep because it was a World War I rifle.
Yeah, they barely. Most people lived after those battles.
Yeah, but they cut. That's when they cut back to a scene where the guy that's loading the bullet sneezes on it first. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, spits a loogie down the barrel.
He's where the disease comes from. Yeah. See,
just some unhygienic fucking World War I soldier.
Always the French.
So I do feel like overall this was a positive watch for everybody, which was
there were
awesome.
Monkeys in it. I was glad that there were monkeys.
When I was watching the movie, my wife was kind of doing stuff, and she came back and saw Brad Pitt, and she's like, "Ah, yes, he's the 13th monkey." I'm like, "Yep, you're definitely paying attention to this one." But cool.
He definitely fell off.
I'm glad everybody liked it because it's something I've been wanting to rewatch, and I'm glad the first one wasn't a bomb. But with that, I want to hand the floor to James and have him decide our fate for this month and what the movie's going to be.
Yeah, we all take a collective deep breath.
I literally, as I was talking, I watched the two of you, and both of you went, "Here we go."
This is my Cassandra moment where I'm like, know the future and I'm afraid of it. And like, I don't know.
He's already told you what his pick is?
No. I'm not saying I know what he's picking. I'm just saying I know what's going to happen. I'm the scientist in the future. I have no idea how we got here, but I know it's going to be bad.
All right, let's hear it, James.
Now, I have been debating this.
He's got himself. Yep, he's monologuing. He's monologuing.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
He's monologuing.
Now, you gave me this platform. I'm gonna revel in it.
Okay, go, come on.
I seriously debated this in my head what I wanted to do because I wanted to do something whack-ass insane because I feel like this is my opportunity to kind of drag you all into my insanity. And I was like, well, I'm on a David Lynch grind, but I'm also kind of doing that for myself. You guys, I'm sure you've seen some of his iconic films. So then I was like, well, what's another whack-ass insane movie? And I was like, well, I mean, I know a lot of people haven't seen Shock Treatment, but I'm like, I'll put that in my back pocket for later. So I'm going to go with a cult classic Sean Connery film by the name of Zardoz.
Another futuristic movie, but it doesn't work.
You want to know something? When he passed away, that is the photo I posted that I was like, R.I.P. And so many people were like, why did you choose that photo of him? And I'm like,
where he's got the freaking...
James, you know what I'm more excited about is I'm pretty sure Chase now has to find if they have a steelbook for Zardoz.
I also like the connection that Terry Gilliam worked with Sean Connery.
Okay.
In Time Bandits when he was the king. It was hilarious.
Oh my God. I'm so excited, James. You did not let me down. I can't speak for the group, but you did not let me down with this pick. I'm very excited for this.
He picked, I've never seen it. So I'll be very curious. I do want to point out that Brandon was the one who said he's monologuing, and I immediately was like, Syndrome from The Incredibles. It even looks like it.
When everyone's special, no one's special.
Chase, did you melt? Like, did your brain just kind of?
He realizes they don't have a steelbook, and he's pissed about it.
This media anywhere. The library.
I'm looking up where to stream it.
It looks like it's $3.99 on Prime. They do have a steelbook. Oh, it's $175. So.
Ooh.
Nice.
I'm so ready.
Okay.
I'm so ready for this. This is gonna be great. Well, there you have it, folks. Please, you have a month to, either, however you choose to watch movies. Watch Zardoz. That's Zardoz, starring Sean Connery. And God damn it, James, like I said, you did not let me down. I'm very proud of you. This is great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Is that what the theme's gonna keep being? Is just mindfuck? Weird shit.
I mean, listen, you know what you could do, Chase? Chase, if you get the next pick, you could choose Barry Lyndon, and that'll be a mindfuck for Jimmy.
This is why I'm laughing. I've had
4
my
hours
pick.
of that. No.
I've had my pick, and it's another fucking mindfuck. So
That's what I mean. You started this. Like Brandon and I picked a normal movie called Prometheus. There's nothing weird about it. And then here comes Chase, who's maybe 13 or 17 or whatever it was. Yeah.
I think you skipped a few.
1, 2, 3. Got my shoes on.
So
Sorry.
yeah, mine's a mindfuck too. So I guess this is the tripper going down.
All right. Well, cool. We'll have a month to push that out. James, maybe if you want to film like a solo one to throw on the socials to invite everybody. And hopefully we see everybody that was here last month or this month for next month. If there's any comments in this, maybe we can do like a segment to address some stuff like maybe like a quick follow-up. But
That'd be cool.
Overall, I'm glad we all enjoyed this, and I'm excited to do this now once a month. This is great.
I might
Zardoz.
seriously.
God damn it, James.
I might have to go rank my Terry Gilliam favorites now because I'd forgotten how much I like him after 12 months.
Oh, he's so much fun.
Yeah, he's a great. And the only member who's American in Monty Python. Thank you for representing.
Yeah,
I want to end this by saying happy 50th to Taxi Driver. Today,
all right,
50 years old.
Shit, yeah,
excellent segue.
That is a good segue.
Well, you're right. We talked about Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster's in Taxi Driver with Contact to David Morse. Okay, it connects. I got you.
Okay, there we go.
I thought you were going to do 12. Was the 12 Degrees from Kevin Bacon or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure we can get there pretty easily. What? Matthew McConaughey was in Contact? Pretty sure we can jump from that.
Chase, I'm preparing for your pick to be El Topo. So that's where I'm at with the mindfuck stuff. All right, well, hell yeah, guys.
Joy movie. I don't know. This is weird. It's a lot of pressure.
I'm so excited for this. James, 10 out of 10.
You could completely thank you. You could completely sideline us by just doing what Harry Met Sally or something. You don't have to do a mindfuck.
No, I'm ready for this.
I had it picked when Brandon decided to do this, so
right.
Maybe that's what I'll do.
Well, I live. James was not as terrifying as I thought it would be, so now I live in fear for whoever picks.
It was about to be Eraserhead, and then I watched Eraserhead, and I was like,
I fully, when you were getting ready to tell us just now, I was waiting for you to say the exact one I have. I'm like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it, isn't he? But you did.
Okay,
so that's good.
Oh well, now I gotta guess what yours is because you've just given me a hint.
No.
If you want to guess, you can message me privately, and I'll let you know.
No. I want there to be pure surprises on this. So.
I'll have theories, but I won't hedge a bet. I won't give a full-on guess. I won't say anything.
You're not going to say anything? That is a surprise. Oh, you already blew it. Already blew it.
What? Well, between two worlds, something, fire, walk with me? I don't know.
Yeah. Listen, I'm actually we'll talk, but I want I'm going to ask later where you're at on Twin Peaks because I'm thinking about doing a rewatch, and
I finished it.
Fuck. All right, never mind.
Finished the whole series.
Okay. Well, I'll catch up and we'll talk again. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. And that was the first edition of the Nerd Alert Book Club or Movie Club. So
stop saying book. I don't want to read.
Yeah, I want you to read the novelization of Zardoz.
I'm using one that's subtitles next time. So give me to read.
I wanted to read. I'd go back to school.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and comment, do all that fun stuff. And we will see you next time and have a nerdy week.